Hello everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Starcom Nexus. In the last episode, we attempted to hail the Sentinels in order to use the encryption key and shut them down and or activate deactivate their security systems and potentially access some information that they are guarding in order to figure out how on earth we can get out of here. But we can't. There's still other jamming stations in existence, which are prohibiting the Sentinels from communicating with their central database or security system, and they won't respond to the encryption key until they can verify it, I suppose. So we had to find the other stations and shut them down. We did a bit of exploring then. I think we got most of this arm of the galaxy explored last episode, where we actually made accidental enemies of the Tychodin, the tree people we had met an episode earlier. We're still neutral with them. It was only for a little bit because of accidental fire. And we got to watch their combat, what they're capable of. And their missiles are not able to be shot down with Havoc systems, nor are... and it seems as if they ignore shields as well. Either their plasma goes right through it, or their missiles do. The missiles are also very snaky, can make tight turns, and are faster than any of the other missiles I have seen so far. So they are pretty nasty if you make enemies of them. They can even handle Sentinel ships. That's pretty impressive, considering most of the other races cannot. In any case, we also unlocked research for the next class of starship. So let's go down here. I'll show you what I made. I mean, you can see it from here, but we'll get a closer look up at it since we're right here. And then we'll head on out there and look for more of those jamming stations. So here's the vessel. We've got 8 plasma turrets on it, 6 laser turrets on it, the axial cannon, and 6 shields, along with 4 Havoc defense systems. I think I've got 10 or 12, let's count. Reactors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 reactors on it to try to keep it fed. It's still extremely power hungry, and it drains energy fast, especially when the shields are completely drained and need to be recharged. 6 shields takes a bit of energy, more than what I've got currently. And the axial cannon needs a little more upgrades to make it a little stronger than it currently is in my playtesting of the ship. But it should see us well, and it's the first of the 65 module ships we're doing on screen, which I'm going to be calling battleships from here on out. Alright, well anyway, let's look to see if we can find where on Earth Tripura... No, I meant to do that off-screen. I did not do that off-screen. Okay, so never mind. I will have to look around to see where Tripura 2 is later. Let's head over to one of the unvisited gates to start. Let's go over here. And we have hostiles. A Sentinel base is located here. Well, let's start charging our... Oh god! Our cannon. I saw incoming and immediately let go of the bar, which I shouldn't have done. That was a waste of a shot. The Havoc defense is also draining our energy, by the way, when it fires, so this will take a little bit longer to... Oh, actually, we won't charge it. There we go. Oh, that's also interesting. So it doesn't penetrate shields. So that's a bit awkward. Let's get out of here. Get some distance. And we'll take on the ship without our axial cannon. The station. And we immediately lost 2 people because of that mistake. Okay, well let's fire this up. Go to our lasers and destroy this base. as you can see, the axial cannon didn't do nearly as much damage as I wanted it to do. Didn't even penetrate the shield, which is a bit awkward. It does go through multiple enemies, and it does destroy weak craft and what I would consider to be medium craft, but larger vessels have been surviving the blast when I've been testing it out. So we do much more damage with this battleship of ours by engaging in close range combat and relying on our shields to bypass the enemy. Heads up that this vessel is one of the slower types I have made as well. It is not as fast as what we were just using in the last episode. So, we also don't have a hopper. So once we're committed to combat, we're going to be relying on those shields of ours to get us through it. Assuming that we're pummeling the enemies at close range. I'm hoping to get more research points, only a handful more, so we can upgrade our drones a bit, and we'll try out one of the carrier classes I've made in the past. And we have 2 wormholes here, but we have also several unexplored planets. So let's go to the planets first. And I guess what can we talk about, guys, while we're flying around out here today? Well, it's still not Christmas. It is the 22nd, I think. Is that right? No, today's the 21st? I think today's the 21st. It's a Wednesday, and Christmas is this Sunday. Yeah, I think it's the 21st. Just to give you a heads up as to when I'm recording this, so December 21st, 2022. And I think when we were last talking, we were chatting about what games I was planning to play in the future, and how Aeodor Genesis was going to be one of them as soon as I finish Ogre Battle 64. And I should be wrapping up Ogre Battle 64 just as February hits, which is exactly when I wanted to do the next, can I grab you? Yes. Oh, no we can't! Darn it! No we can't. Something on this planet. A beautiful looking forest is down here. Look at the valley it's in. This old-growth forest has a mix of plant life among a dense network of trees, with some unusual characteristics. Their leaves, in addition to chlorophyll-producing cells, have a network of delicate sensors that serve no obvious evolutionary purpose. Additionally, scans showed their phloem system has features in common with a data network graph. The team's xenobiologist believes harvesting a number of trees could yield valuable data. So, when I had discovered these planets originally, I guess I'll fill you in on what I think these are. I'm pretty sure I'm correct here. I had met... Is that right? No. I had not yet met the Tychodin, but I assumed that they were being used by another race as a form of data gathering, like a database for scientific research or something, or potentially that they were another race themselves and never harvested a single one of these forests. Since we have met the Tychodin on this save file, we can probably take a guess that they use these based on what we've seen before. I am willing to harvest one of these forests to see what we get, not having done so before. But if we bump into an actual Tychodin ship and they tell us about these forests, we will never do this again. So let's harvest away and see what we earn. The cells in the tree's leaves collect data on light, temperature, radiation, and humidity, then transmit this information along with the leaf's position to the phloem network. The xenobotanist believes additional data may be collected by harvesting a larger sample of trees. No, return to the ship. That's enough. I feel a little too guilty having the player knowledge I do about what these are used for or who uses them. And since there's a Tychodin Explorer right here, why don't we go and speak with them and see if they can tell us about those forests? Let's make sure we don't also ram into them. Grow deep, Explorer. What can the Tychodin do for you? We discovered a forest with trees that seemed to collect data. This is one of our observation colonies. From these we learn much about life and the universe. It is not us, but it is a part of us. An injury to it would be an injury to us. A hint that we might get on their bad side if they discover it is us doing this harvesting. So we will leave the rest of those alone. We wish to trade with you. A heads up that off screen, I also traded a bit of titanium and I think chirolite for platinum with, I believe it was an ulku, or it might have been a saurid. So I could build... I would have enough platinum to be able to build the Protoss carrier ship, which we'll take out soon. But in any case, they used neutronium. And nothing that we have generally is a good trade with them for it. I think I'm good. Alright, let's check out the gas world they're floating by. Oh, no, we already checked that planet. Okay, let's check this other one then, and then we'll take the portal to the south. So I think I mentioned a few videos ago that I was playing through the Void for a bit. That's a really crazy game. I don't know what fever dream the developer was on, or had when he designed the game, but I really liked how unique it was, the setting in particular. It's a resource management game where you have to effectively collect different sources. They're used for the same spells, but you collect what the game calls color. And you have to manage the amount of color you harvest amongst what you spend. And various things in the game are dependent on different colors. The harvesting of them requires certain colors so that you plant it and then you regrow it effectively. That's actually quite literal in a sense, in some instances. Very interesting game. I very much liked it. And I've uploaded, I think, 13 videos on it at the moment. This is a different type of music. Well, all I see are sentinels, though. Let's charge our axial cannon, and we'll try to see if we can at least destroy one of these ships. Preferably, you can line up the vessels in a row before you fire. And once the cannon is fully charged, it no longer draws charge to keep it... oh, there's a Tychoid in there. It no longer requires charge to keep it charged. So once I let go... Sorry, so once it's all purple, as you can see, we're good. Let's see if we can line this up and maybe hit 2 of them. We missed that little ship. Oh, thankfully we missed a Tychoid as well, or it would be on fire. As cool as it is to use it, it is much more efficient for us to actually engage in close-range combat. Alright, let's go ahead and visit some of these worlds. We'll start with this ice one. Yeah, but 13 videos already uploaded to the channel. No volume issues from what I can tell, and no stuttering either, which is good. But I'm waiting to make them public until I have decided that I'm going to finish the game, which is something I will be starting on after I finish Black Mesa. So Black Mesa will be going up sometime early next year, probably after I'm done with Stirring Abyss. And after that, we'll get the Void uploaded too. Some people were, I think Destruction 42K was one of my commenters who recommended the Void some time ago. And I remember firing it up once and seeing the intro and being like, this looks interesting. I'll try this later. And later finally arrived, since I've been going through my backlogs. I think that's one I own on GOG. Whatever this is, it's a Sentinel frigate. By the way, you can fire the axial cannon without fully charging it. You don't have to wait until then. It just does the most damage then. Fun. If you have time to charge it, I guess it's very efficient. I think there's an upgrade for it, which reduces the time it takes to charge the gun by 15%. But it's extremely power hungry, as you can see. Something on this beautiful looking water world. Oh, like the little village over here. Primitive huts constructed of local materials would suggest a pre-industrial civilization, save for the well-appointed spaceport in the background. I completely missed the structures back here. Upon landing, the team is informed that this planet offers a regenerative environment for oxygen-breathing life forms that evolved in a water environment. In short, it's a tropical paradise. The team security officer initially is concerned that it may be some kind of trap, but upon seeing their prices, he decides that no trap could possibly be this expensive to enter. They would charge 100 units of gold for the crew of the Final Hope to visit the resort in shifts. Absolutely. This crew has been through a lot. They deserve some R&R. After a few trips with the lander, the crew Final Hope is relaxed and with high spirits. It's unfortunate that Starcom has strict regulations against command crew taking part in survey missions, since I'm not allowed down there, but I would hate it. Pictures would be more than enough. Okay, we have 2 planets and 2 more portals. And we have a cluster of stars in both directions. Let's go to the upper one first. What else have I been recording in my spare time or free time? From over a year ago, I have, I think, 2 or 3 videos for Loop Hero where I began reading the lore that was in that game. I intended to upload it at the end of that video series, but never finished it. All it's going to take is one more video to get through the rest of the lore, about 2 hours worth of reading. So I'm tempted to do it. I was hoping that they would have released more content for the game by now. I believe they were working on a big content release with more creatures, more tiles, another hero class as well for the game. But I believe they are Russian developers, and there's currently a bit of a war going on, or a skirmish in that area of the world, so no other progress has been made at the moment. I've got the other videos for Dungeon Hack. The ones up until I'm, well, died or completed the game. But I gotta do voice for it. So I've been waiting to do that as well. Until I can come up with some things to talk about. I think I promised to talk about the actual Dungeons and Dragon campaign that I'm running my brothers through for the next video. So I should probably do that at some point. Hopefully I don't have trouble getting the voice layered in, like I did recently for Black Mesa. There's at least one more game I have a small backlog for on my computer. I'm just trying to think of what it is at the moment, but I can't think of it unless I go and look, and I'm not going to go and look. Oh! Look at this weird planet. Violet and maroon colors? And a deep green as well. I'm guessing this is another forest world with the Tycho Den. There is something down here. No! Looks completely different. This is just a freighter sitting down on a, looks like a salt flat of some sort. A freighter that by all appearances is flight-worthy sits alone on a flat, dry plain. Scans show no life or other technology in the area. but are for some reason unable to penetrate the hull. Nobody just abandons a good spaceship. Better leave it alone in case the owners return. Not willing to risk there being something horrific in there or being a trap. Okay. Oh, these 3 stars do not... Well, no. This wormhole here probably goes to it. I need to start playing through Eye of the Beholder 2 again. I fired up the other day to make sure it still works, and of course it does. Why wouldn't it? I gotta get myself in the mood to play the game. So I'm probably going to start that tonight and begin uploading more videos for it over Christmas to finish it. It's been way too long since I played the game again, though. The reason I stopped that one is because I really wanted maps for it to help guide me through the game, as playing the older dungeon crawl games without a map would be rather painful. So I've been hand making the maps on graph paper here. So this way I don't have to have the internet up to help me look at it. Oh, we already searched this planet. Okay. You're going through that, and so are we. A sentinel just showed up. It can I don't care. Oh, this doesn't lead to that star system. It leads to a different star system. All right, then. And there's only one planet out here. All right. Well, let's see if there's anything on this desert world. There is something on the surface of it. Let's see what's down there. Looks very similar to the last planet we were on. A small freighter on an empty plain is the only remarkable feature of this rocky planet. A group of slow, furry, tripedal creatures seem to be working on the ship's engines. Hey, offer assistance. Why not? We're the good guys. We'll give them a helping hand. The team engineer assesses that the creatures are competent, but don't have enough platinum to make the necessary repairs. He estimates 50 units would be required. Yeah, sure. Give it to him. With a bit of platinum and assistance from the survey team, the freighter is flight-worthy within a few hours. The grateful crew informed the team that it would be a source of great embarrassment in their organization if they returned without having repaid the value of the platinum and the team's time. They offered the team the choice of several cargo items. The tronium is probably the most expensive of it here, when we don't need gold or titanium. We don't need any of this, to be quite honest. Let's take the... I guess we'll take the neutronium. The team politely accept the gift and return to Final Hope. Another blue sun. You know, I don't think we flew past the other stars, sorry, in those other star sectors. Hopefully we didn't miss anything. We'll fly past this one. Nothing. Anything else out here? Oh! There is a planet all the way down here that wasn't here on our scanners originally. Let's see what's hiding down here. Hostiles. Well, let's begin charging the axial cannon. Tychodin down here as well. Oh, and no hostiles now. They've left. Well, let's keep our weapon charging. Everything left. That's interesting. Why? I did hear the sound of something vanishing. That's very suspicious. But there's nothing else around the planet except for the planet. Wow. When we fire that gun, it lights up the planet with its light. That's impressive. And nothing on this Class R world, and nothing else down here either. Let's go out to these 2 stars. Type R planet as well. I don't think I've seen a Type R planet before. Right, so what other games are on the schedule for this year? Oh crap, there was something I was thinking about, and now I can't remember. Oh, more seeds. But I think we're done with all the seed exploration. I had... Darn it. Did I record bits of the game? One second, everyone. I'll be right back. Okay, I remembered now because I went and looked. Not so much I remember, so I was double checking. I have 2 other games I've fully recorded and are waiting to upload, or rather, 2 series of videos for a series of videos for these 2 games. I recorded an attempt I made to complete the Steel Soul challenge for Hollow Knight. And so that is going to be going up eventually, though just like with... I hear it but don't see it. That's just an interceptor. Well, I guess we'll charge the cannon since we put it on the ship. Just like my Dungeon Hack series, though, I want to add voice to it. So, because I did it unvoiced, it would require way too much concentration to play a Steel Soul version of Hollow Knight. Oh my goodness, another really bright sun. But we should be okay. So I guess we'll turn on this at the moment. It does make it hard for me to track where the enemy's located. A carrier! Okay. We'll go for the carrier with the cannon. Another interceptor, another cutter. We can just ignore that. We have powerful shields here. Well, there's actually quite a few sentinels out here. It's a carrier we want, though. Our cannon is charged. That will be a large vessel. You know, I haven't tried switching to a different weapon when this is fully charged, but I'm not going to take the risk. We're coming for you, carrier. Our shields can take it. Excellent work. Look how much energy we lose as our shields charge. Whew. Slowing down doesn't help that much either. Alright, well, we don't need to destroy the other sentinels that aren't near these planets, so let's go up near this sentinel, and we'll destroy it, and then search that planet it's over. Yeah, so Steel Soul is basically Iron Man for Hollow Knight, and I promised myself when I started it that no matter what happens, there would be no Alt F4ing, no bringing up the menu and quitting, no hitting start and quitting, which Hollow Knight lets you do to avoid dying. And it's you get 1 life, you die in it, that's the end of you. And I wanted to record it on screen and make a good attempt at it for the fun of it. And well, if I win or lose, at least it'd be on screen for my attempt. So I have the videos of that attempt ready to go. But I wanted to talk over it because once again, I wanted to talk after I recorded it because there's no way I would be able to talk and record at the same time. It takes way too much concentration. I have to be fully focused on what's going on screen. And in that regard, since it's a game that involves bugs, I was thinking of recording a bugs... what's it called? Bug Fables, I think? Which is like a JRPG... It's like the Paper Mario games, the original Paper Mario games, like Thousand Year Door, for example. And so I had a lot of fun with it many years ago now, 2 or 3 years ago. And I thought it would be fun to play through it on screen because I would be able to finish it. I think I got to like the second to last area in the game, but never finished it. And I would try doing the boss battles on hard mode, or maybe try them on hard mode. We'll see. Anyway, let's go down here and destroy some more sentinels. We'll get these planets searched. Even though it's very inefficient, I do like the axial cannon very much. If I can line up the ships, you'll be able to see that we can hit multiples of them. What is this one? I can't tell. I like trying to theme the games I'm uploading if I can. One year I meant to record all, like, space games, or games that had space and science fiction as a theme going for them. But then I didn't do it. This year I was supposed to record a bunch of the 3D real-time dungeon crawlers, and that died. That died with Eye of the Beholder 2 when I was no longer really inspired, because picking up arrows and ammo off the ground is about half of the time you spend in that game. You're running away from me, Sentinel. I'm not gonna let you do that. We're gonna track you down and kill you out here. Really, actually, where are you Oh, you're a little guy. What a waste of an axial cannon shot that was. Though I do wonder where you're going. Oh, you're going down probably to these planets. Maybe? Alright, we'll check that later. Let's double back and scan this green planet, which means forests, which means probably Tychodin. There was something down on the planet. Let's go down there and take a peek. It's another forest of the trees with unusual data sensing and processing capabilities. While the team learned a great deal from the previous forest, the team's xenobotanist believes harvesting additional trees may still give modest returns. No. No, this belongs to the Tychodin. They can keep their trees. Let's check these two planets we skipped. We'll go with this other one last. Speaking of Tychodin, there's one of their vessels right there. Okay, another Class R planet. Never mind. So we have seen Class R planets before. Nothing on this one. We should probably fly between these two suns. Oh! I was about to say. This binary star pair are wildly divergent in age and temperature, suggesting that one captured the other. This is unusual, given the otherwise normal sector orbit stability. Let's fly through them anyway. Okay, and nothing else here. Oh, we lost a person at some point, though. When did we lose that? When did we lose someone? What the heck? When? That sucks. It's another $1. Oh, what the hell? Oh, whoa. That was... Okay. I accidentally had the axial cannon selected, not the laser selected. Something on this Class R. Okay, never mind. There's a ton of Class R planets. We're going to get rid of that one note I put on the other planet. It's this guy again. No, we're not interested in your nothing, because we know we can get nothing from this deal. So, you can keep your completely fragrant left purple goods. We're done with that. Arguably, I've got the adamantine just hanging around, so there's no reason why we shouldn't. But I don't like not having anything written in the log upon turning it in. Like, even if it said, like, the chest is empty. Alright, fine. That's a really dickish thing to do. But at least I know what happened, and it doesn't look like a bug, so I'm not going to spend any more adamantine on him. Oh, there is an anomaly here. I thought there wasn't. Alright, let's go down to this planet's surface. Hidden deep in a rocky valley, the survey team found an abandoned prospector outpost. Whoever mined here before harvested most of the ore, but the lander's laser was able to access some deposits left behind before returning the final hope. Plus 18 gold. Well, every little bit counts, so we count every little bit. Alright, let's double back to the portal. And then we'll take the other portal that leads to. Yeah, so I was thinking insect games, at least for part of 2023. So Hollow Knight, the attempt I made. At least it'll be entertaining. Bug Fables. And I've got a game from a long time ago that I haven't played through, but it involved, like, insect... There's this one female insect, like, reporter. She's like a spider or something. And a bit of it is like an action, is like a behind-the-shoulder action RPG where you run around with like a gun and you have to shoot things. And then other bits are like a point-and-click adventure where you're trying to put the pieces together to figure out what happened on the case that she's assigned to. I remember thinking it was really cute. Oh, we have a Sentinel battlecruiser here. We will absolutely begin arming the axial cannon for this. And we'll go ahead and fight it. Battlecruisers are fun. Assuming, of course, the Tycho don't get in the way. I would rather avoid fighting them if I can. And they're closer. And they're gonna get in the way. You jerks. That was fun. That was also easy. Also wasn't really worth it. I didn't really get anything from it. Well, it was worth it because we didn't take any damage. We didn't lose any crew. I'm trying to think if I have any other insect-themed games, and I can't think of any. Anyway, I'm going to be starting with some of those. I do want to play through The Legend of Grimrock 2 this year, since that would let me continue to do the original 3D dungeon crawlers with other people who volunteered to have themselves present in the game. So I intend to do that again this year. It's been a few years since I've played through that one, and I think there's probably a few custom maps, so we could try a few custom games and see how well that goes. Oh, this is another battlecruiser, Tim. Let's start charging the cannon. Some of their drones. Those are easily dealt with. You are in the... You... Tychodin? Okay, well you're gonna... Yep, you're gonna help us because it fired on you. We'll help you. You don't want to be in the way there. Okay, let's go south. I'll probably play some more mainframe defenders. At least one run through that game. I'm thinking of doing it actually on Christmas. Just because I really like that game. What a very nice, surprising game that was to find in my Steam backlog. And I have recorded my run through Cosminator, a game I've mentioned a few times as my favorite shoot 'em up or bullet hell game is what I'm thinking they're called. I can't think of a game that like that. I'm not familiar with the genre, but like R-Type would be a similar game to it if I had to try to describe what the game is like. If you know what that type of game is. And it's got a leveling system, so like your ship that you fly through the stages with, you decide how you want it to be upgraded and what special powers it has and so on. And I loved it. I think it's an amazing game. The issue that I have with it, though, is that the music is okay, but the game lets me replace the music with music that I wish, because they're just sitting in one directory as MP3s. So I replaced all the in-game music with other music from other video games, with the exception of one song, which is not from a video game. But I'm not sure what's going to happen to the videos and my channel if I decide to upload that. So I'm going to want to upload each video individually. Check to make sure YouTube doesn't flag the video as like having a copyright strike against my channel. Copyright claims are okay. I don't have a problem with a copyright claim if I know that there's licensed like music in this. And so, I just need to make sure I don't get any strikes on the channel. That would be a really big bummer. The video then is taken down, and 3 strikes and you're out. You're gone from YouTube, and that'd be an awful thing to have happen. I generally try to avoid copyright claims as well, because nothing stops those in the future from being copyright strikes. But I do have videos up on my channel that are copyright claimed, even though I feel like these shouldn't be. because the matching algorithm for what counts as copyright is often, it's either wrong or it's abused by some companies. Like, I have one video where, like, the thunder that's playing, it counts as coming from a different game, counts as coming from this one soundtrack, which it doesn't come from. And other times, different soundtracks or music is claimed by a company that belongs to their game, and it doesn't. And it's very frustrating, because you can't just say, no, they're wrong, it doesn't belong to that. Nope. On YouTube, you're guilty until you're proven innocent. So, that's just awful. Alright, anyway, let's go back out to this planet. Is this the last one that's out here? It is, but there's another sun out here. I see forests. This is Tychodin-held territory, so I'm expecting another forest that we could chop down. And it is, but nope. We don't do it. So that's probably all that's out here. We have this cluster of 3 stars and this star. So let's go up to this one first. I will probably... Well, no, I shouldn't. I will probably record Underrail this year, but not upload it till next year, 2024. But no, I think this year I'd like to be able to talk with you guys, since Underrail tends to be a popular series on my channel when it visits it. And I do like talking with you guys directly in the videos I make on occasion, depending upon the video, or the series I'm recording. And Underrail will be one that I intend to do that with. I still am thinking of making that general FAQ for Underrail, but that's going to be a lot of work. That's a lot of work. We're talking like probably 1 or 2 months worth of video editing. Hello, and in this star we have 2 Earth-like worlds, and it looks like 4 Tychodin. Or Tysodin. I'm guessing we're going to find just more forests here that we're not interested in chopping down. And we'll head down there anyway. No reason why we can't at least see what's down here. Oh, see, this is different. Though very beautiful it looks like. The anomaly turns out to have been the scanner automatically flagging the location as a colonization candidate. It has abundant fresh water, comfortable temperatures, and a breathable atmosphere, which the survey team lander describes as fresh and invigorating. Unfortunately, elevated radiation levels make it too dangerous for long-term habitation. After a delay due to a broken landing strut, the team returns to the ship looking refreshed and relaxed. Yeah, of course it was a broken landing strut. Of course it was. Some beautiful scenery out here, and a very tempting interaction to grab research points. But I'm not willing to make enemies of the Tychodin. Or, sorry, Tinkodin. Help if I... Or Tynokidin? Maybe that's it. No, it's Tinkodin. Ooh, I like the... Well, this is just a graphic filter, making it look grainy, but it looks like fog for a little bit over this beautiful, looks like forest. Although it does look like the trees are missing quite a few of their leaves. The surface of this planet is almost entirely covered with a seemingly endless forest of large trees, growing so close as to be almost impenetrable. There are a few hundred patches where it is clear that trees once grew, but are just filled with dead trunks and scrub brush. The team sets the lander down on the edge of one of these patches. In one direction, dead trunks and dried undergrowth sprawl for hundreds of acres. In the other, a thick wall of wood has a few openings, filled with a thick curtain of leaves and vines. Sounds a bit dangerous, but looks like we can come back here later. Let's explore the forest. Shortly after the team enters the dense forest, they report a deep hum that grows louder, and the deeper they go, eventually becoming an incessant buzz all around. Suddenly, all hell breaks out. The team leader reports a swarm of giant insects, some several meters across, attacking the group, killing at least 2. The engineer reports another member is being strangled by roots, and the xenobiologist reports that the team leader has been eaten by a tree with 1,000 teeth. The security officer orders the team to fall back. Oh, looks like we might have found the Tinkodin home world, and it's not happy to see us on it. Several chaotic minutes later, the survivors escape back to the clearing. Strangely, despite the initial casualty reports, everyone is accounted for. After examining the readings from the data logs, the xenobiologist notes unusual electromagnetic readings. She speculates these induce sympathetic signals in animal brains, producing vivid hallucinations. So, a defensive system, which doesn't kill the targets, but makes it so that they run in fear and terror by what's happening around them. Some sort of hallucinogenic effect. We gain 55 research points, and the desire to speak with the Tinkodin about what is down on this planet that is being protected by some obvious defensive systems that likely they know about. Grow deep, explorer. What can the Tinkodin do for you? We found a planet covered with forests and dead areas. When we tried to venture in, our crew went mad. The world you found is our first home. 100 billion ancient trees remember our entire history for 500,000 years. The madness your crew experiences is a natural defense against intruders. Centuries ago, we began to notice gaps in our memory. Some things forgotten that we must have known. Some memories that could not be possible. Strange thoughts we could not understand. So we cut those trees from the rest, and they died. We tried to find the cause to no success, and soon this memory blight reappeared elsewhere. We fear in a few millennia we will have no history at all. Perhaps we could help find a cure. It is unlikely. We have looked for centuries and have not even found the cause. But if there is a chance, we will let you try. If you return to that world, the forest will let you in. So like a fungus or something is killing effectively their brain. I guess they use these trees everywhere then for that purpose, to store memories and knowledge. That probably explains what we were cutting down, and the synaptic connectiveness of it all. Another reason not to cut it down. We don't want to injure the Tinkodin. Okay. Let's explore the forest now that we've been told it should let us through. The team is initially apprehensive of the mind-altering forest, but proceed in. As the Tinkodin promised, the team does not experience the nightmarish hallucinations. They report minor mental disturbances such as intense deja vu or old memories suddenly returning, and everywhere they report the sense of murmuring voices in the backs of their minds. But at least the team seems to be able to tell fantasy from reality. The team takes small samples from the trees, leaves, roots, and soil. After several hours comparing the samples from healthy regions, dead regions, and those in between, they identify a common microscopic symptom. The affected trees all have complex folded proteins choking their phloem system, but the team is unable to find any disease vector that could produce these proteins. Neither bacteria, virus, or toxin is present. The team's xenobotanist guesses that if we could figure out exactly how these proteins were folded, it might provide a clue. Interesting. We can go back down there again, though I don't think we'll have any new information gleaned. Let's visit these two worlds, and we'll go back to the Tinkodin and see if they have any more clues, since we've gathered a little bit of information. They probably have the same info, I'm guessing, but maybe we have better technology and they don't. Or maybe we'll actually speak with that explorer between the two planets. Another ice ball. Let's see what might be hidden underneath its ice. We're not catching it. We're too slow now to speed up and try to keep them in tractor range. So they'll have to get right on us, and I'll have to be facing the right way and start moving to catch them. Okay, yeah, nothing new discovered. We'll visit the planet again after we visit this gas giant, and just to make sure that there's nothing else new we can gain from going down there one more time. Nothing there. Okay. Alright, well, let's go back to that planet. And if we can't discover anything here, maybe Dr. Pillman might have an idea what's happening. But want to go back anyway. We've picked up just a small amount of research, but we might have enough that we can unlock better drones. Okay. Additional exploration revealed no new information about the Blight, is what it said. Alright. Then let's go. Let's go back to whatchamacallit, the Kite Station. Let's go back to Kite Station. Let's see, what else has been going on around here? I was talking about Cosminator, right, and how I would like that to be another game I upload. So that's another one where I didn't record any voice while playing because it requires quite a bit of concentration for me to play the game well. Arguably, I did it well, and so I wanted to record the voice afterwards. I get the impression that you guys don't really want to watch a game played by me if I'm not doing a lot of speaking any longer. That was something I did a few years ago more regularly. But it's not really... That doesn't really set my videos any to be different than a single long play video by any other YouTuber. Other than potentially me doing better or worse than that person. So, I plan on speaking for most of the games I'm playing these days. Assuming I can find interesting things to talk about with you guys. About. So I guess on that note, what else have I been doing? So, well, I guess we'll just talk about some random crap in my life. I have done no working on my Dozen of Dragon campaign, viewers, since the last time I talked about it, which would have been, wow, about 3 or 4 months ago when the last Dungeon Hack video went up. I think I played with my brothers that evening, and then that was it. So... I really got to sit down and work on that some more. I got to dust off the campaign notes and finish it. We're so close from finishing that campaign. If you don't know much about it, I can't remember... Where was I talking? Wow! It was the medieval Let's Play I did, where I talked a little bit about that campaign. I feel like I should not talk about it here. That if I'm going to talk about the campaign again, I should do it... That's if I hear only one missile, this is a defender. So this does not require the axial cannon to destroy. Interceptor and a Flenser. We don't need to worry about them. Let's just go back to Kite Station. If I can. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I should not talk about the campaign here. I should talk about it there, since Dungeon Hack also involves 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons, which is what my campaign is based on. A heavily, heavily modified version of 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons. Which I won't get into here. The reasons why, because I got into already over there. Alright, we're at Kite Station. Let's go ahead and head on in. We'll pick up some more crew. Found us a way home yet? Not yet. How's morale? Okay, still good. Some more crew. That's all for now. Alright. Pillman? No, nothing new. Okay, so we need some other hint as to what's going on with the planet. We do not have 500 research points. Oh, it's 450 if I want. So I've been looking at antimatter trap to give us even more energy storage. But no, I'm going to save up for the drones. Well then, where can we go, potentially, to get information? So I'm thinking about where can we grab some more research points? We have the Intark Citadel, and we've got the Zor Outpost, and we have the gambling we could do. So let's go do the Citadel first, since we have a ton of titanium. We'll get to pick up a little bit of extra on the way as we destroy all of these asteroids for free. One of these places is bound to have information on what happened to the Tinkoden. So let's see if maybe it's here. I think if there's only like 2 things for sale, we'll also go ahead and wrap up all the purchases here. What unique items are you selling today? Only 2 left. We might as well finish them. Our unrivaled collection of rare artifacts is available to our most distinguished patrons, such as yourselves. A leathery egg for 425 titanium. After examining it for some time and taking appropriate biohazard precautions, the team's xenobiologist proclaims that it contains a live specimen of some kind of aquatic creature, possibly sentient. Starcom Ethics Protocol therefore prohibits any destructive analysis. And let's get the unusual crystal shard for 187 more. This crystal was probably used as part of some kind of solar cell. With a bit of research, the lab may be able to replicate the structure artificially. It's a thin purple shard of crystal, probably fractured off a much larger one. It has unusual photoelectric properties which we may be able to replicate. Alright, they're not selling anything else rare. Let's return to the ship. That technically gives us the research we need. That was 30 more for the drone upgrade I want. But it sounds like we might have unlocked a special research. If it's to deal with the sun, this also might be useful for the Tinkoden. I always feel compelled to do special research projects when they're available. So I guess on that note, let's go back to the Zor planet. That was here, I think. Yep. And we have some adamantine. We can probably spend up to 200. Assuming we have about 500 stored, and I think we do. So let's go ahead and do this. Greetings again, agent of Starcom. Your custom is always welcome here. We expect only serious inquiries of our items. For that reason, we impose a nominal fee of 5 adamantine to view the current lots. That seems fair. We have 3 things for sale here. A radio transmission received in your own language for 25 adamantine. A machine capable of manipulating hypothetical realities for 51. An algorithm for reverse engineering a folded protein. Let's start with that one for 30 adamantine. Oh, we only have 178 adamantine available. So this will be the only thing we're going to purchase. This algorithm provides an efficient way of determining how certain complex protein molecules fold, as well as determining likely initial states. Unlike most of Zora's goods, this one lacks a physical product. Upon receipt of payment, they transmit a complex formula to us. Besides the scientific value of this discovery, we're able to effectively analyze the molecules found in the Tinkodin forest blight. The original state of the proteins resemble structures found in neurons. Perhaps with this clue, the Tinkodin can solve the puzzle. I saw something else that was 133 adamantine, but I can't afford it. I don't want to go down to zero adamantine. We'll come back here when we have about another 300 or so. Which means more combat! Which I might do off screen. Let's see. Anyway, with that research, let's double back to the Tinkodin. So that would be here. We have hostile sentinels close by. We'll just ignore them and get down to the wormhole. Yep. Excitement. Okay. Let's speak with them. I guess they've never visited the Zor Collective. It was just too far away for them, in a whole nother separate arm of the solar system. And you know what occurs to me? Perhaps we're the only ones, and the Sentinels, who can use the warp nexuses to get from place to place, and it's just too far for them otherwise. Grow deep, explorer. What can the Tinkodin do for you? We've identified molecules which, when folded, produce proteins associated with your memory blight. This is very interesting. These unfolded protein structures are how our tree networks store their memories. Based on the folding algorithm you uncovered, it seems as if they were exposed to an experience which then, encoded as a memory, became a destructive protein. Using this knowledge, we can protect the forest network from future damage and attempt to reconstruct the lost areas. We are in your debt. If you return to the forest, it will share some of its knowledge with you. Well, let's go and do that, and then we'll call the session. And off screen, I will probably double back to... Actually, no, we'll just stop here. In next episode, we'll go and visit those 3 stars and anything that's in those systems. And then we'll switch to a different ship afterwards. Well, Timmy, you gotta fly out here, so we should talk about other things. Okay, so... I mean, it's just random crap from real life. So... I don't think I mentioned this earlier in this playlist. Oh, didn't want to go up this way as well. So... So I've been working on a board game called Heroes Quest, which I've been working on a different version, a heavily modified set of rules for it. Custom character classes, different rules for the creatures, a ton of new items, various artifacts, multiple treasure decks. It's been completely reworked. And it's been a decade in the making, on or off. Sometimes I had a year off from it, or 2 years. But I've been working on it pretty much full tilt again. I occasionally do this for the past, like 3 months now. And when I had been first interested in doing this work, I had purchased quite a few Dwarven Forge dungeon tiles so I could have a 3-dimensional dungeon, because I thought that'd be fun. I finally have painted all of the tiles that I have got from Dwarven Forge from the 2 Kickstarters I backed, with the last one of them having been finished about, I think it was 7 years ago. I've had these dungeon tiles waiting for paint up on my shelves for the past 7 years. And I would clean and dust the shelf, move them in the boxes they were in around, and then put them right back there, and I would never paint them. I finally was tired of it. And since I'm a part of several meetings at work that don't involve me doing anything else but listening and chiming in on occasion, it was the perfect opportunity to sit down with my paints and finish them. And I finally got the last 2 snake traps painted today. It's good to have finished them. That was a lot of work over the past 2 months to paint about another 100-something tiles. Whew. But it's done. My goodness. What the heck? The Endless Forest has already begun to reclaim the dead patches where the lander sets down. As the team ventures into the dense tree network, they report the sensation of strange thoughts and dreamlike memories. Among them is a consistent vision of a lander crashing into a forest. A single injured human climbs out of the wreck. As she lies dying among the trees, she aims an antenna at a point in the stars. Later, after roots and trees have swallowed all trace of her, a voice from above begins to whisper, and the trees start to wither. Based on the crew's recollections, I have pinpointed the location of where the dream antenna was pointed. Dream_location! That would be over here. Dream location. Alright, everyone. Well, we'll go there in the next episode, because it feels like I'm playing for close to an hour. So we'll stop here. Thank you all for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.